Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my comment video on the 6th of February, 2025, and it's 48 degrees outside, 7:46 a.m. I'm out in the desert, 3 miles outside of Quartzsite, Arizona, and the weather. I always talk about the wind first, and you know what? If you consider mid-teens, 14, 15 mile an hour winds to be windy, with gusts 25 to 30. Things have changed, and there's quite a few days in the next 10 days that have that, especially today and tomorrow. So we're going to have some mild to moderate winds over the next 10 days, and I don't think there's any way around that. Today's high is going to be 77, as is tomorrow. And then starting with Saturday, I'm just going to read off the highs, starting with Saturday. 74, 73, 74, 68, 65, 67, 69, 70, 74, and 73. So that gives you a real good flavor of the highs, and the lows range from 44 to 50 degrees on the lows overnight. And I don't see any significant rain in the future. Surprise, surprise. Mostly partly cloudy days. I only see 3 days in the next 10 days where it's got a sun with no cloud in the corner. So the rest of them have little varying bits of cloud cover. So that's going to be your weather for the next 10 days. So let's say we jump into the comments. And Ken Gray is commenting on new pain med. There's yesterday's positive news was about a new non-opioid pain medication, the first one approved by the FDA in 20 years. So it's kind of a big deal. Ken looked up the side effects. He says the most common ones are less than 3%. So this is a good alternative to opioids. So let's hope so. Let's hope it's let's hope it's a winner. FJ Garcia says, this is on the comment video from yesterday. We were 89 degrees in my neck of the woods yesterday, and we were supposed to be over 90 today. I'm in deep South Texas. Wow, warm down there. James says, I enjoyed your comment videos. I'm 65, disabled, and on Medicare, and I haven't had any issues with it. It's covered both my pacemakers. First one went bad, and all aftercare. It's covered by my morphine pump due to chronic neck pain, and it covered me getting my C4 through C7 fused and plated. It is not as good with all my medications, but I get by. So, I think he's probably responding to me just saying, I'm deleted a comment. Somebody just went out there and said Medicare sucks. And I bet they're not even on Medicare. Usually if people are upset about Medicare, they'll tell you why. They'll tell you about the bad experience they had. I rarely hear, I hear complaints about Medicare Advantage plans, for sure. And that's not really Medicare. That's insurance company stuff. But like me, I'm on pure Medicaid. Medicare, because I have a Medigap plan, a Plan G, so it's 100% Medicare. With the exception of the Part D, is my Part D policy is strictly through the insurance company. So Ramon says, so enjoyed your message this morning. I lost my husband of 55 years on December 18th, 2024. And that's tough. And embrace the daily struggles that come my way. It hurts and I miss him, but the reality is I'm alive and have to keep swimming. Well, that's sad to lose someone so close. Ken Gray says, nice run into town on my desert walk in town visit video. And Nancy Lowe says, that's okay. I know it's not the regular conversation when it comes to biblical stuff. Just happened to have a class about this. Yeah, it was, to me, a very different kind of proverb that couldn't have come from the Bible, because it was talking about a woman that had plastic surgery. So not a lot of plastic surgery went on in the Bible days. I would love this. In answer to prayers, if it works, I wonder if it's costly or covered on Medicare. Time for research. I can't take OTC meds. I actually take a pain receptor blocker, but it's categorized as an opiate. It is so hard to fill being a nomad. Fingers crossed for the solution. And I said, read the article. It looks like the price is about the same as the opioids. And I don't know whether it's going to be covered by Medicare. I don't know what that process looks like and how long it takes. Quartzsite Comments, Ken says, nice call today. I hope more people comment on your videos because this is part of my morning routine. James again. Looks like the middle of January through the middle of March would be the best time to be out there, meaning here in Quartzsite. Less crowded and decent weather. A person can probably get INRs done in Parker. I don't know what an INR is. Meds wouldn't be an issue and could get morphine pump filled before heading out. Lots to think about before next year. I don't know what INRs are. So, but he thinks he can get them done in Parker, which is good. Cottywampo. I found Wickiup, Arizona the other day. I stopped for gas and it was over $5 a gallon for regular unleaded. Talk about shock. I think it's priced that way because the next gas station was a good ways away from there. It's on US Route 93. I also found name roads are not all paved on that trip. Driving along and coming up on a sign that says pavement ends. It was potholes, desert for about 10 miles or so, even though my Google Maps didn't say anything about that. It was fun making the dust fly behind me, though, like a kid doing donuts in the snow. As far as pets, I know a guy who walks to town and back from the LTVA and he has 2 large German Shepherds. I also have not seen a pet limit and don't think they even mark down they have a pet when you pay for a pass. No, they don't. They don't ask about pets. Cindy Cavanis. Hi, Rob. Finally found and shopped at AJ's. I'll be going there more often. Did not go this time, but will go to their dollar store. Also, wow. Thanks for the suggestion on your channel. And Dee Dee Cornell. Good morning, Mr. Rob, Dottie, and George. And I said, those of us, oh, there was a reply to that. I'm not sure she meant it. She meant it probably as not a reply to this. I think she meant to put it on Pamela Knoll, meant to put it on the actual video. But it's okay, I'll read it. Those of us living in wintry climate are helped with a wide-angle trip through the desert into downtown Quartzsite. Takes our focus completely off course, which is good for the eyes and brain. And to that, some pleasant memories. It's all really enjoyable. Thank you. Well, you're welcome, Pamela. Let's see. I hear 80% of repair. Dee Dee Cornell, said, I hear 80% of repairs on an RV can be done by the owner. It just takes time to understand and troubleshoot the issue. And I replied and said, it's about 90 for me, I think. 9 times out of 10, I'm doing the repair myself. Naj says, are they going to start with that again? It's not fur on your shirt. It's tokens of love from your fur babies, Dottie and George. Yeah, they keep popping up the insulting comments about my shirt. And it did. The last one was, I'm like squinting, looking at the video, trying to see the hairs, and they're very small. Probably about what this one is. And no, I'm not going to change my shirt. I'm not going to change my wardrobe for you because you're uncomfortable seeing hair on my shirt. Go watch another channel, please. Or you can listen to me and not look at me. Those are 2 alternatives. When do you leave Quartzsite to move on to your next camping area? I think I heard you mention you go to Colorado. No, Ann, that's Ann Castillo. It's New Mexico I go to, but there's always, on the shoulder season in the spring, there's an intermediate stop. And frankly, I don't know what that is this year, and I don't know exactly when I'm leaving. Quartzsite Comments at timestamp 12:29. Paul Barrington says, great reporting. I don't know what that is. So, and it's kind of awkward for me. Hang on. Okay, I think I can do it. Let's go look anyway, because it's going to be a short video. We'll go and see what Paul's talking about. We'll go to dashboard content. It's on the comments video from 2/5. That's yesterday. And we will play that sucker and go to 12:29. See what we're talking about. Okay. There's no 12:29. That's funny. The video is 11 minutes and 48 seconds, and he says 12:29. Great reporting. So, Paul, maybe you're screwing with me. I have no idea. But there's the 2 Oh, I got the wrong video. Whoops. Bad Rob. I had the wrong video. Let's try that again. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Oh, no, I didn't have the wrong video. How strange. Something very strange. So the Quartzsite Comments 2525, which he commented on. Let's see what happens if I go to his comment isn't, all right, so here it is, 1229. Let me click on 1229, and there is no 1229 because there really is. I'm waiting for a charging spot at the table. And sorry, I don't understand. I'm baffled. Anyway, Frigo Jim, another great tour of the big town of Quartzsite. How does the radio shield work for you? And I went back and forth with him because I didn't realize what he was talking about, but I bought a little inexpensive shade that goes over the radio head so I can see in the sun. It works a little bit. It works enough for me to keep it. It works enough for me to keep it and think that it was worth, $20 it cost me for about 50 cents worth of plastic. Steve Waldron said, a friend who is a medical researcher posted this on her Facebook page. FDA approves a new drug that is purportedly non-addictive. It does not access the brain where all we know about addiction takes place, but the short-term clinical trials have reported conducted in surgery, patients cannot make this claim. People taking pain medication after surgery rarely become dependent on drugs, something those of us in the field have known for years. An interesting tidbit is a letter published in the New England Journal of Medicine tracked patient using the same paradigm to conclude addiction is rare in patients treated with narcotics, a statement that was manipulated by the industry, resulting in the opiate crisis we have today. The takeaway is that theoretically, this drug has clinical promise to not produce addiction, but these claims cannot be made until we have long-term study data in patients with chronic pain. Addiction is rare in patients treated with narcotics. I think I absolutely contend your statement that I think it's a false statement. I don't care if something in 1980 said that in the New England Journal of Medicine, but addiction is not all that rare in people treated with narcotics, because as a therapist, I've treated many, not medically, but therapeutically, psychologically, and as working for a large county emergency services, I saw that very frequently. So, that's opinion. It's not nasty or anything. It's very nicely put, but I disagree with that premise. So, Susan, I enjoy my low-key, pleasant time I spend with you and Dottie just running errands and fixing things. I wish I could see George more, but he likes to keep a low profile, which must be respected. Excuse me. Pardon me. This will probably sound weird because YouTubers make videos to entertain or educate people, but I just like the time I spend with some of you. I'm easy to please and don't need to be entertained. Even the videos I watch to learn stuff right now, it's weaving, have to be low-key, pleasant people. Sounds like a compliment. Thank you. I'm not sure I completely understand it. There's entertainment is in the eyes of the beholder, like beauty. If you see something that captures your attention and gives you pleasure, then that is, in fact, entertainment. If you see a piece of art that moves you emotionally, that's art. That's art. Shimmer says, your nice blue shirt suits you. Donna Aparo, Dottie, sweet pup. Loved meeting her at your meetup. Oh, right, Donna. Thank you. So avoid getting your LTVA permit revoked. So we got a long one. He got a long one. He's got a lot to say about that video. I'm a retired Canadian guy traveling with my golden retriever. I'm on my 8th winter in the general area Quartzsite. I have a cargo trailer to RV conversion that has lots of solar, compost toilet, etc. I never have to come close enough to Quartzsite to need to deal with RVers close by. My closest neighbor is usually a quarter of a mile away. If someone ever pulled up their RV 50 feet away from me on open BLM land, I would be extremely unhappy. Don't think that just because your slides almost touch your neighbor's slides in RV parks, that being 50 feet away from another RV in the open desert is a lot of space. It absolutely is not if you're not friends with the people in the other RV. A good rule of thumb is if the area is wide open BLM land is to stay far enough away from your neighbors that they can't hear your generator conversation and dog barking. That will avoid 99% of the potential conflicts. I'm not a huge fan of the tone of this, but the content I agree with. If you're closer into the front during like January, 50 feet is going to be pretty common. The absolute rule is 15 feet. And I think I said, don't do 15, do at least 50. And 50, but he's talking about, you can keep driving back there and it's wide open and there are very few rigs. It makes zero sense when you're wide open vista of just a smattering of people all parked isolated to go anywhere near any of those people doesn't make any sense unless you know them. So I agree with the content. I thought the tone was not all that friendly, but I guess it doesn't have to be, does it? It's not unfriendly. A little terse, that's all. Yay for the beavers, Lisa Roth says, and you don't know what we're talking about because she just commented on a short I just published. Those damn beavers. And positive news, if you're curious about that, watch the positive news story today. It's Thursday. I have no clue what I'm going to do for a video today. Actually, to be published tomorrow. I'll have to try to figure that out. I was waiting for one prescription at the Walmart in Parker, and I called them yesterday, said it's going to be ready in a minute, and I checked this morning, it was deleted. So I got to wait an hour to call them to say, why did you delete my prescription? So I won't be going to Parker to pick up my prescription today. That was kind of going to be the video, but not anymore. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.